On the days I don't have any commitments, I love doing do it yourself projects. I taught myself how to decorate bottles, and now I'm learning how to do different interior decor projects for my house. So I get a lot of joy in just spending that time alone and tapping into my artistic side. Also love being outdoors, just either traveling or taking a walk outside. On rainy days and when I don't feel like doing the art things, I try to watch TV. I used to be a fan, like I used to be on my toes with my watching of movies and series, but nowadays I'm lagging behind on that. So when it's cold and raining outside, I try to catch up on my movies and series. The activity that I do to help me keep fit is a morning run. So when I don't have any early morning meetings, I try to keep up with the Olympic marathon runners who train along my path. And it's usually very nice going up there in the morning when the sun is rising and the Ngong Hills are on the horizon and the windmills are just beginning to get their pace, and it just sets the mood for my day. To keep mentally fit, the activities I do are definitely my morning devotion, and I read a lot. Books that are not related to my work, and I recently got a Sudoku book with 200 puzzles, so that keeps me busy. I love hanging out with people who have an artistic vibe. So if they are full-blown artists or people who just love art, there's just some vibe around them that makes me feel at home. But generally unorthodox people, like people who do not live by the book, people who are out to get some adventure, those are the type of people who tickle my fancy. And I have a very small circle of friends who fall under that category, and they do not see my having epilepsy as anything. They all know what first aid to give me, so it's never a burden or something that I really have to think deep about when I know we have to go and hang out. Oh, what activities can I do and people feel I shouldn't be doing? I say traveling alone. I remember when I traveled to Ghana, everyone was like, no, you need to go with someone. What will you do when you get a seizure and you're there? But I was able to go and I came back, and that was something I was able to do. Also, moving out, that was something I bet the first month or so everyone was having sleepless nights and they were waiting for that phone call. But I made it through the first month and the second month, and yeah, so I think everyone is confident now. Then, one last thing is driving. I really want to get my Peugeot 504 before they run out of stock. I use the time when I'm alone without people around me just to reflect on things and my life. So being alone does not really bother me, and I would like to advise other young people that they shouldn't be that bothered with the little moments they get to spend on their own. But they should also remember that we are human beings, and human beings do not exist in islands. We are social beings, and you should try as much as possible to have people around you who bring positive energy to you, and that's what I do. You don't have to have a million and one friends. I have a close-knit friends community of 5 people, and they bring so much positivity to my life. So when I spend time alone, at least I'm able to reflect and build on my own identity. And when I meet with my friends, I have something that I can offer to them.